It was funny, this comment I just got from a sister. In my self-crowned VIP app, which is free, by the way. If you like content like this and you want more of it for free, go ahead and download that. Anyway, we was on our private live chat and she asked the question, why is it that guys like to pop back up and apply all this pressure once they see that you've moved on? Now, her situation was that her and the guy, they had broken up, but she thought they were still kind of trying to work on things, except he really wasn't putting forth no real effort, real inconsistent, not even breadcrumbing. He would just kind of flicker here and there like a little flash, right? And the whole time she was keeping herself off the market. You know, she's thinking that her and this guy, even though they fell out, that they could kind of mend things, whatever, but she wasn't seeing any real effort. So eventually she said, you know what? I'm gonna get back out here on the dating scene. I'm gonna test the waters. I'm gonna see, because this dude right here, he playing around. And even whenever she was dating and the guy knew that she was dating, he still wasn't really trying. He living his best life. You know, maybe once a week or every other week, he might say something like, hey, how you doing? But that was it. But then she messed around and she posted that Instagram story with the other forearm showing. Y'all know the y'all at dinner, right? And you taking a picture of you taking a video of your plate with the food on it, but there's clearly another plate in front of you with a glass, and it's a forearm with a lot of hair and maybe some tattoos on the hand. Yeah. She posted that. She said that's all it took for her dude to pop back up and start applying pressure hard. Now all of a sudden he good morning, beautiful, hey queen, all of that hotep stuff throughout the day. How was your day? What you doing? When can I take you out? You know, oh, you too busy for me, trying to guilt trip, all that reverse psychology stuff. So anyway, basically the question was, why is it that dudes, or this guy in particular, and I think this applies to a lot of guys, why is it that guys like to do this, especially when they see that you've moved on? So really, there's a couple of reasons. I'm just going off the top here, the same way I did with her. But the first reason is because when you and the guy fall out, and this is given that he actually still wants you, like he really does want you. When you and the dude fall out, that pride will replay all the memories of whenever you was treating him like the only man that existed. When you was telling him he was your king, when you was giving him that Gawk 3000 and it was just on a different level and you don't give yourself to nobody like that, you know, he gonna replay all those times. You was like, you're my one and only soulmate. You was planning for the wedding dress. You know, you was just talking like it was definitely gonna happen. You know, your mama loved him, your daddy, whoever else, your friends, you go to back. I mean, all the stuff that basically said that he was just so special and you got your blinders on, tunnel vision for this man. It really had him bamboozled and thinking that you really can't move on to nobody else. So whenever the relationship fell off, it was like, okay, I want her, but I can sit back and chill. I can sit back and chill and I can do me. I can have my fun because she ain't going nowhere. Why? Because the pride says, that's the pride. Pride dumb, right? Make us dumb. Pride come before a fall. Fall on our face and look stupid. But pride says, this woman is all yours. You got her, bro. You ain't got to do nothing. Just give it some time. Eventually, she gonna fold. And then he see another guy who's likely getting you folded up on a nightly basis, and now all of a sudden he's triggered. Now all of a sudden he's triggered, when really he triggering himself with his own ignorance and thinking that you couldn't move on. Like those feelings, the same ones that got you attached, didn't detach the same way. So that's one reason why a guy will pop up. It's not that he doesn't want reconciliation. He probably wanted to be back with you the entire time y'all was separate, but he got comfortable in thinking he could get to that later. Like right now, let me go ahead and do me. She'll be there on ice. Whole time he ain't know. It was another dude over there with a flamethrower just melting that ice. About to warm you up. Anyway, the second reason. The second reason is more so because a lot of guys, even if they don't love you, even if they don't want to be with you, they still want to have you. Right? So you'll have a guy that he didn't love you. You know, you can kind of discern this based on how he treated you when you were in a relationship with him. He didn't really care. You was on the back burner. He neglected you, not a priority. You know, anything that you wanted to voice to him, he turned it into an argument, accused you of always wanting to argue or bring him negativity or stress, that kind of thing, right? Like you were almost like something he would want to pluck off of him. And I know that sounds hella dehumanizing. My apologies. I'm just keeping it real. But that's how he treated you. And then when the relationship fell apart, he really wasn't tripping. But the reason why he's gonna trip when he sees another man, you know, appreciating what he took for granted, is because he feels like he's losing his ownership. And that's all it was about to begin with. As long as he feels like he has rights to you, long as he feels like you're his and you ain't going nowhere and can't nobody else have you, he ain't really tripping on having you. He just don't want nobody else to get you. He don't want to see somebody else do with you what you is trying to do with him. He don't want to see that. So it's more of an ownership thing. It's more of a property thing. That's all that comes down to. So when the guy lose that access, and that's all it was about, it was never about having your heart and loving you. It was all about just having you on a chain. And typically what you see in these situations is a guy who identifies himself by the types of women he can associate himself with. So if another guy's associated with you now, or if you belong to another guy, you're with another guy, I'm talking about in his eyes, now he can no longer feel like he's a better man, like he's higher up on the totem pole, like he's cooler for being associated with you. So whenever another guy is like now treating you right, he's losing a piece of his identity, which is, I know, really weird, but let me know if that makes sense down in the comments. If y'all ever have a guy like this, let me know if that makes sense. Now, the last reason why a guy will pop back up in your life after he sees that you moved on, not necessarily before though, not with any real effort or whatever, is because you got your glow back. You got your shine back, your sheen. All that glow that you had in the very beginning, whenever y'all was just dating, before you got really vulnerable with him, before you allowed him really into your heart, before you began to trust him, all of that you had, you're now starting to recover that. You're now getting back to your old self. You're remembering who you are, like you're getting back to you, and it's attractive to him, which is hella ironic because it's like, that's the exact same thing that he dimmed. That's what he took from you. And that's why a lot of guys, y'all want to know why a lot of guys get complacent and start treating you like you average? It's because they dull you down in the relationship and then blame you for not meeting the standard that they supposedly got, meeting the standard that you once upon a time had. Like they didn't nurture you. It's like somebody that goes up in the house, they wreck it, they ruin it, and then they like, hold on, I deserve better than this house. This house doesn't suit me. Look at the carpet, it's dirty. Look at the dishes, they're in the sink. It's like, yeah, you are horrible with taking care of a house. Same thing goes with a lot of men. They'll have you stressed out, stretched thin, paranoid, constantly consumed, arguing every single day about nothing, not really listening to you, making you feel like, you in competition with all these other women, and then wonder why you don't get sexually turned on like you used to. Your weight is starting to fluctuate. You're not sleeping like you used to. You barely even smile anymore. They wonder why. It's because they took it from you. They really impacted your soul in a negative way. They didn't nurture or cultivate anything beautiful in you. They didn't maximize you. They didn't push you to your greatest potential. They held you back. They slowed you down. They took you downhill. They were a liability. And now they mad that they ain't got no asset in their life? Yeah, that's why he'll pop up just to waste your time again. Oh, you recovered everything that I took from you? Let me get a second round to waste it all over again. And this is why I stress to y'all, like that same glow that you got to attract that type of brother, honestly, can also attract an evolved man with a couple of tweaks. Because the same thing that you attract the average guy with, the guy who ain't really growing, it's somewhat there when it comes to evolved men who can and will bring out the best in you, but you need a few additional strategies to really like show yourself that you're on the same level as the evolved men who ain't coming to play no games. Now, if you want more information on that, I went in for over an hour in my free masterclass, Secrets to Making Evolved Men Crave You. So if you want access to that masterclass, click the link that you see pinned right here, or click the link that's in the caption whenever you back out. Get access, reserve your seat in this free masterclass before it comes down, so you can get the strategies to get men who ain't taking you through the ringer and then get mad because you look like you done been through World War III. But back to what I was saying. Anytime you got a guy that's only applying pressure because he sees that, hold on, somebody else is about to appreciate what I took for granted, when he sees somebody else is about to take that blessing and expound even more blessings with somebody he only brought curses to your life, make sure you don't make the same mistake twice, because you don't have to step in twice to know that it stinks, right? Same thing goes with dealing with a guy who didn't appreciate you until he lost you. Don't waste your beauty. Don't waste your soul. Don't waste your glow. But those are just my thoughts. Y'all let me know what you think down in the comments and share this. Somebody share this right now for somebody else in your timeline. Bless them with this if you got anything from it. And if you're in the market for a truly evolved man, talking about in his thinking, click the link that you see pinned right here in the comments or in the caption whenever you back out to get access to the free masterclass, Secrets to Making Evolved Men Crave You. I'll let y'all